Hello there.
Hello there.
Greetings, adventurers.
Great.
Greetings, Dungeon Master.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Maybe this airs in the evening. I don't know. We'll find out after we know what we're doing. Anyways, I'm Jake. This is Josh. This is Izzy. This is Michael. I keep doing that, but I have to. Yeah. Anyways, we're going to be playing the Dragon of Icespire Peak, which is the adventure located in the D&D Essentials kit. So why don't we take a quick moment just to go over everybody's character, get some stuff. There it is. It is backwards. Can you read Essentials kit backwards? Okay. Yeah. So why don't we go ahead and take a moment, maybe briefly describe what your character looks like. Anything else you want to? We'll start with Josh because he's the savvy veteran.
All right, I'll just pull that up real quick.
That guy, he ambushed me with the things.
So I will be playing Marcus of House Winterburn.
Very nice.
And he's 23 years old, about 6'1", and like maybe like 185, 190 pounds, something like that. He's got green eyes, fair skin, and he's got long, dark blonde hair. A little scruff, but nothing crazy. He's a knight. He's wearing some chainmail, and he's got a wolf sigil. And,
Very cool.
Yeah, that's what he looks like. And he carries a halberd.
A halberd. All right. We got Izzy down here. Why don't you go ahead and tell us about your character?
All right, so I am playing Daisy, who is a rock gnome barbarian.
Yes.
She's got a tragic past, which has led her to this situation of being a barbarian. She's very tiny. She's only about 3 feet, which is on the lower side of average gnomes. And she's got green eyes with like brown speckles in them. Her hair is kind of weird in that it starts out growing, it's black at the roots and then goes to like stark white, and then right at like where her ears are starts to turn purple. She's got like olive tannish skin, and she's wearing no armor, just like regular travel clothes.
Pretty cool. I love the idea of the gnome barbarian going against type. All right. And Michael, why don't you tell us a little bit about your character?
My guy is Landor Calrizen. He's 27-year-old half-elf bard. He's
Excellent.
about 5'10", 170 pounds, kind of on the skinnier side, a little bit thin. He's got dark brown hair that's about like neck length, and he's got light skin. He's not like pale, but he's definitely on the lighter side.
But he could do with himself a day at the beach would probably do him good.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can tell that for most of his life he's been inside with his dad, like watching him perform.
Gotcha.
He comes from a family of performers,
Okay.
and he kind of is. He's relatively young for a half elf, and he kind of wants to set out and create his own story now after sharing in the stories that his dad would tell about, and he kind of wants to experience and create his own.
Very cool. All right, and that leaves me. I'm the dungeon master. So, yeah, that sounds good. So, if you guys are not familiar with the Forgotten Realms, that's the setting we're going to be adventuring in. I'm not 100% familiar with it, but nonetheless, I'm going to make it up as I go. So, you guys have traveled to the town of Phandalin from Neverwinter, which I think is just maybe a couple days travel, because you heard that there would be opportunities for adventure. Specifically, Marcus met somebody in the town of Neverwinter that gave him kind of like a lead that there was some good things for adventures down there. And it says when you get to Phandalin to read this. So, nestled in the rocky foothills of the snow-capped Sword Mountains is the mining town of Phandalin, which consists of 40 or 50 simple log buildings. Crumbling stone ruins surround the newer houses and shops, showing how this must have been a much larger town in centuries past. Phandolin's residents are quiet, hard-working folk who came from distant cities to eke out a life amid the harsh wilderness. They are farmers, stonecutters, blacksmiths, traders, prospectors, and children. The town has no walls and no garrison, but you would guess that most of the adults probably keep weapons within easy reach in case the need for arms should arise. Visitors are welcome here, particularly if they have coin to spend or news to share. The Stonehill Inn at the center of town offers modest lodging and meals. A couple of doors down from the inn, posted outside the townmaster's hall, is a job board for adventurers. So, what would you like to do?
We like just got into town. Like
You're just rolling up. You guys were talking about it because Phandolin. Actually, everybody roll a history check. First checks of the day. Yes.
come on, give me one. Give me one.
Actually, with advantage because you're in the area.
Fantastic.
What is history considered? Oh, never mind. I found it.
History is intelligence.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 15 for me. For Marcus.
9. Fernandor.
A 6.
Okay, so Marcus knows.
With advantage?
Was that with advantage? Everybody?
Oh, with advantage.
Yeah.
16.
There you go.
All right, so Marcus and Daisy know that Phandolin was once a mining town, and a long time ago was overrun by a horde of orcs, and the town was since abandoned. But over the last few years, actually learned when you got to Neverwinter that people are starting to settle it again, which is why it's amongst the ruins. Yeah. So you're just arriving to this town. You heard that there is a job board there to check out. Pretty much all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I think Marcus would want to go check out the job board just to get an idea of what's going on in the town.
Maybe
Probably.
check out the job board, and then we'll ask around town about the different jobs before we take any.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Job board.
we'll say it's about midday because you guys were able to get there. So you get to the job board. It looks like it's behind glass, a locked glass case. There's like a wooden structure there. And it looks like there are 3 postings. One says, dwarf prospectors found ancient dwarven ruins in the mountains southwest of here and have been working on an archaeological dig seeking treasure and relics. They need to be warned that a white dragon has moved into the area. Take the warning to them and then return to Townmaster Harbin Wester to collect a reward of 50 gold pieces. The next one says a clan of reclusive rock gnomes resides in a small network of caves in the mountains to the southeast. The gnomes of Gnomengard are known for their magical inventions, and they might have something with which to defeat the dragon. Get whatever you can from them. If you bring back something useful and don't want to keep it for yourselves, Townmaster Harbin Wester will pay you 50 gold pieces for it. And then the last one says the local midwife, an acolyte of Chante named Adabra Gwyn, lives by herself in a stone windmill on the side of a hill a few miles south of Phandolin. With dragon sightings becoming more common, it's not safe for her to be alone. Urge Adabra to return to Phandolin. Once she's safe, visit Townmaster Harbin Wester to claim a reward of 25 gold pieces.
I think it's probably best if we go warn the dwarves or the women and have them get out of harm's way before we do anything else. That's my opinion. What do you think? Friends, adventurers, what?
I would probably say to warn Adabra myself, but
Yeah. We should go
Alright.
protect her. Let's go warn her.
See if we can get her to come back.
Does it say anything on the board about like where she is, like how to get to her, or is that something we're gonna have to figure out or ask around?
Let's say there's also a map. There's a
Awesome.
map of the area posted. I will actually, I'm just downloading this stuff here, and I will put the images in Discord so you can see.
I wonder why she would stay out there all by herself. Does she know that the dragon is there?
I think that's what we're telling her. She might.
Do we know how long the dragon has been around?
No, you've just gotten to town, so I mean, if you wanted to go
Okay.
learn some stuff, you could head on over somewhere.
Need to reposition my dice. I'm trying to put things places where they're not going to make a ton of noise every time I move.
Oh, good.
Should we
So-
make a stop at the Stonehill Inn and get some food and see if we could ask around about rumors and about the dragon, if anyone has seen it,
Sounds good.
or
to
about
me.
this woman?
All right, and now I will put the map of the area.
Because
in-
you would think a midwife would want to live a little closer to people, but
That's what I would assume. It would make the most logical sense. Unless maybe, since there's not a lot of people here, she felt her trade was not needed.
true.
Maybe no one's in need of a midwife at the moment. She likes her seclusion when she's not working.
Mm-hmm.
I guess just tell me whenever you arrive, wherever you want to arrive. Because you
I
can
think
chat
so.
as much as you'd like. That's great. I like that.
I think the most logical thing to do would be to go to the local watering hole, get a little bit of information. You know, maybe she's a recluse because she doesn't like people. Maybe she's gonna try and attack us right when we show up. We should find out a little bit about her and then go tell her, because I think she's the most vulnerable between the two, her and the dwarves. How do you guys feel?
Sure. Yes, I think we're just arriving to the Stonehill Inn now, so let's go find out some information.
Okay. The Stonehill Inn. Excellent.
That's what it was called, right?
Yes.
Hey,
All right. So this modest two-story roadhouse is situated in the middle of town, and from the doorpost you see it says the Stonehill Inn. So you walk inside, I'm assuming, and there it's, you know, it looks like it's actually pretty nicely lit. You can see that the people, whoever owns this, seems to have what's the best way to say it, trying to preserve the original history and structure while cleaning it up and trying to make it, you're almost feeling like, man, this looks like a lot nicer than I would have thought I would have seen in a town that's just getting started. You see a looks like a middle-aged man or so sitting behind the bar. Looks like he's writing something down on a piece of parchment, and there's a couple of other people at the bar. Nothing of note, really. Just nursing an ale, and one person's looks like they're having some soup. The guy looks up, the bartender looks up, and he just says, "Oh, yes, come on in."
Should we go sit at the bar?
Sure.
All right, what can I get for you?
I'll have an ale.
All right.
Drinking
Water.
in the middle of the day.
And then as soon as you say water, he kind of like leans over the bar and like looks down and goes, "Oh, I didn't see you there, miss."
I'm just looking up like this.
Yeah. And he goes, "Hold on," and then he scurries out from behind the bar and then grabs a taller stool and brings it.
Could I trouble you to put that in a smaller, maybe a shot glass might be best for me.
A shot of water. Sure. Yes. Okay. And
But Daisy's hands are so small, it's just like she's holding a regular cup.
yeah.
She just pulled the hey, I'll have your finest water on the rocks, please.
I'll have some hydrogen monoxide.
Yeah, Marcus will also sit down. Just be like, oh, I'll also take water, please. And what are you serving for lunch? Do you have food here as well?
He goes, yes, and then he says, today we're serving a fine lamb stew and roasted turkey leg with all the trimmings.
Sure, that sounds lovely. Thank you.
Right? Would either of you like something to eat?
I'll have the same.
I would like to have that as well, but can you hold the turkey leg, please?
Sure. Yes. Okay. It's just I'll be right back, and he gets your waters, ale. He gives you a water as well, Landor, and and then he heads off to the kitchen.
Thanks for making me look like the alcoholic of the group.
You didn't need any help from us.
We came in here for information and for food, mate. I didn't come in here to get drunk.
One ale doesn't get you drunk now.
Doesn't get me drunk.
You see, at that point, the bartender strolls back. He goes, "So, what brings you folks to town? You look like you might be of the capable sort."
Yes, we heard that there was a dragon, and we came to see what we could do to help.
His face kind of gets a little more serious. He goes, "Yes, well, we have been seeing some of these dragon sightings over the last few weeks, maybe a month at this point. Might be about true, and seems to be a little more common as time seems to go on, becoming more bold."
At the mention of the confirmation that the dragon sighting is happening, Daisy's gonna chug her water and then slam her glass down. And
He goes, "Oh, can I fill you up with another?"
I might need something a little stronger. I think I'll have a shot glass of ale too, please.
All right.
I was fully expecting her to say milk.
Yes. That would have been awesome. Put it in a dirty glass, though. So yeah, he just gets a pitcher of ale and, fills up the little shot glass and goes, "Here you go." And just kind of motions it towards you. Have you visited the job board yet? There's some. I know that's where Town Master Marvin Wester will put things there when things need doing.
Yep, we did glance over it. We actually were kind of wondering if you knew anything about this Adabra Gwen.
Oh yes, the midwife.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's not a lot of need right now, but she normally is by the windmill and seems to be always up to, some form of medicines and herbal cures and of that sort, and she's a fine lass.
Do you know of anything that we might be able to help get her to come back with us? Because if she's living out there by herself, she might not want to come even with a dragon out.
She is a pretty strong-willed young lady. I think. I would just say, hey, do you know there's a dragon there? I don't know. Maybe she's not even aware, so I don't know.
Understandable.
Well,
at that point, he just says, "I'll be right back," and he kind of saunters over to see. He takes the other guys finished his soup, so he takes that dish.
All right, so what do you guys think? She's strong-willed, but do you think she's foolhardy? That she'll stay even though she knows there's dragons about?
I've never met a woman I couldn't convince to follow me.
I know the feeling, Marcus. I know the feeling.
Daisy's just gonna roll her eyes and drink her ale.
Look who we drove to drink.
All right, so
Well, the other thing I'm kind of wondering is, did the dwarves stir something up that caused the white dragon? Because if they were digging, maybe they disturbed something that caused the white dragon to now be active. So I don't know if we go to warn them if the white dragon might actually be there, or we might get attacked by the white dragon.
Well, I think we'll be quite prepared for whatever comes our way. We've been in situations like this before, maybe not with a dragon, but that just means the greater the story. Am I right?
Very, very true.
at that point, he comes over with your food. He sets it down in front of you.
I'm assuming the food was like just silver. Everything was probably just like silvers each, right?
I would say between the 3 meals and a couple of ales, I think a gold piece would.
All right.
Would
So
cover
I'm gonna drop 2 gold pieces. I'm gonna drop 3 gold pieces down
Cool.
on the counter. I'm gonna tell him, "Don't worry about the dragon. Surely you've heard of me. I am Marcus Winterburn, son of William Winterburn."
History check for the NPC. Let's see what happens. Natural 20.
There
Oh
you go.
man.
Nice.
Better that than on an enemy's attack. And he just goes, "House Winterburn." He goes, "I thought I might have recognized your crest."
Yes, well, where there's dragons about, there are Winterburns to slay them, giants and orcs alike.
All
We're
right.
here to make you safe, and we're going to take care of this town. Let it be known, spread the word. The Winterburns have come to Phandalin, and we're going to help.
That is news of great comfort to me. I've always had the utmost of interest and respect in your family. He goes, "I am honored."
It is appreciated. The honor is mine. The food is delicious. Thank you, sir.
He goes, "One other thing of note, I just thought of this. It seems as though there are some other... what's the best way to say this? It seems like some trouble has been stirred up in the area. Orc activity seems to be a little more than it was. They don't necessarily seem to be very organized from what I hear, but they seem to just kind of show up a little more than they used to. So, it just seems to be
Hey.
troubling times."
Listen, you got a problem? You want something dead? We got it. That's all you need to tell us.
All right.
All right?
They haven't ventured here to Phandalin yet, but I don't know. Maybe the
in
dragon
what
has something to do
direction-
with it. I don't know.
In what direction would you say the activity is? Is it north? Is it south? Is it east? Is it west?
I've heard tales of typically not necessarily from the west. That's usually where the coast is, but from what I know, they usually have cover in the forests and the hills and mountains, so they seem to be on the move somewhat. I don't understand why. Nonetheless, something to be wary of.
Thank you, my good man.
Thank you.
What is your name?
Yes, my name is Toblin Stonehill.
I'm sorry, can you spell that for me?
Toblen.
I spelled it right.
Stonehill, one word. Just like the name of the inn.
Well, it's been a pleasure, Dublin. And may I just ask, how far away does this woman Albra live?
Let me go check for a second. Oh, not but maybe 5 miles or so. If you just follow the ridge of the hillside, you can't miss it. She's got a windmill up there.
Perfect. Well, thank you for the information again.
It's my pleasure. Kind of slinks back and looks like he's writing some whatever he was doing when you walked in. Looks like he resumed it.
Now that we've eaten our fill, do you guys think we're ready to head out and maybe head on to that windmill?
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
Marcus, how do you feel?
Yes, let's head there right away.
All right. So you pay your tab, and he notices that you left the extra coin on the thing, and he just says, "Listen, I appreciate your generosity very much. If you need a place to stay, we'll make sure there's room for you.
Thank you.
Good luck." So you head out, and you leave town, and you notice that Phandalin, if you see on the map I sent you, Phandalin's on the corner of that little hillside area, kind of. And he said to just follow the mountain ridge south. All right. So you'll be kind of heading southeast-ish a little bit, but
Do we know where the ruins are? Like, is it the same direction?
the dwarven excavation?
Yeah.
Not yet, no.
Okay, that's fine.
It does say the mountain's southwest, so on the actual quest. So it'd probably be kind of like, I don't know, just the opposite direction, but south.
Okay. Just curious.
Okay. So you head out, and it's 5 miles, so it does take, let's see, the better part of 2 hours or so, I would say, a fairly relaxed pace. Hang on 1 second.
This sounds like a random encounter if I've ever heard one.
Maybe.
Would it be a bad idea if I was playing my lute as we were walking along to entertain us?
Nope.
Toss a coin to your winter band.
Yes. All right, yeah, so as you are approaching, you do see in the distance there's a windmill. Kind of like you said, you can't miss it. Built on the slope of the hill is an old stone windmill surrounded by an iron fence. However, a large winged monster with a spiky tail is trying to knock down the windmill's front door. And a woman peers in the second floor window, waves at you, and yells, "A little help! A little help up here!"
Okay.
So, with that, let's get a little bed music started, shall we?
Can I roll any sort of check to try to figure out what it is before combat, or would that count as my action?
No, you can roll that.
Can I take a free action to yell at it?
No, you can't speak. You're mute, and you can't you can't talk. Of course you can.
Jake.
Yes.
What kind of check would that be?
Let's go with nature or history, whatever you'd like to.
We will say history. It's a 10, so I don't think it matters either way. But
Yeah, you're a little far away to get really like a lot of details on it. So.
Does it notice us?
Oh, it's gonna notice us.
Oh, God.
I love that.
Because I might be smart, but I'm not wise.
You're gonna be stirring the pot. I love this.
Oh, my God.
I'm just setting up the map while we're getting this going. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. Size. Large.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's a biggin.
I had a
Okay.
feeling. I was looking at the question. I was like, is this the one that Jake wasn't sure about? We'll see.
So, this is our first
think-
combat.
I think you'll be okay. And if you're watching this, it is definitely noteworthy to say that we are starting everybody at level 2. So
Yeah.
I thought that was
I'm
the
sorry,
best way to handle any confusion.
Could you describe it one more time? You said it was a large
Yes,
scaled.
a large winged monster with a spiky tail. Let's head on over to
Spiky tail. Trying to break down.
It's the dragon.
It's the dragon. No,
Just one.
we'll say the 3 of you are kind of right there.
Do I recognize what it is from any stories that I've told or heard?
Roll a history check or a nature check.
Why is it gotta be history or nature?
If you find another one that
18.
makes sense, that's fine.
18. Nice.
You are suspecting that it may be what is known as a Manticore.
Oh boy.
Guys, I think it might be a Manticore from this distance anyway.
You've heard tales that they like to kind of fly and have some very, very harassing tactics with from the air.
They like to kind of dive bomb you from the air and attack from the distance and then swoop away.
All right, so let's roll initiative.
Yeah.
17.
Okay.
It's 13 for me.
Miss
A
Daisy.
7.
7. Okay. And a 3.
Yours was you said a 13, Marcus?
Yes.
All right, so first up is Landor. Now, just because we're in combat format, you don't have to attack the creature. You can do whatever it is you feel you want to do, but I'm saying for measuring things, we're in combat.
Does that mean I didn't get to yell at it before we started since I have a low initiative?
You can yell. You can yell. It's fine. You just got your short gnome legs are making it a little slower to get things going.
All right, so Landor told us that it might be a Manticore, so I'm just gonna yell out, "Hey, Mantihore!
Oh,
Pick on someone your own size!"
dang, that's harsh.
the 3-foot gnome.
At that point, he's got this like lion, like he's kind of like got these almost like a bat, like large bat-like wings kind of off his back, and his head turns, and he's got like this mane, and just like snarls as you.
I'm gonna snarl right back.
All right, Landor, you go first, or you at least get to act.
Move me, I guess, 30 feet closer to it.
And in case you couldn't tell, like these ridges here, it's like coming up the hill.
Is it actually something to hide behind, or is it literally just like a slope of going up?
It's kind of slopish. I mean, obviously, it's not super even as nature usually isn't, but it's, you see each other. It's,
Okay, yeah, just move me down 5 and then diagonal 1.
So like that.
Yes.
Okay.
And I want to prepare my crossbow if he comes within 80. Well, am I within 80 feet? I don't think I am.
Good question.
No. Okay. I want to prepare my crossbow if he comes within 80 feet to
Fire.
fire at him.
Okay.
And I want to cast Bardic Inspiration on Daisy.
All right, Daisy, consider yourself inspired in
Amazing.
a bardic-like way.
As I strum my lute a little bit faster before I aim my crossbow.
Anything in particular you're saying that's inspiring?
Get him, half pint.
There he goes. All right. So that would be all 3 of your options. So Marcus, you're up next. I didn't catch what you said. I'm sorry. Oh,
You're
you're
on
muted.
mute.
That's why. I was like,
Sorry, my parents were talking right outside the door. That's why.
that's fine.
I'm gonna move 60 feet, so I'll do my movement and then the dash action, and just towards it, and then I'll enter a defensive stance.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kind of like that.
Mm-hmm. And I'll also just that's fine.
Okay.
And I'll also say, well, Daisy's giving away our element of surprise.
As usual.
And I said defensive stance as well.
Yes. Okay. All right. So the Manticore goes and kind of just takes up into the air. And as Marcus, you are the first person to come in range.
Mm-hmm.
Tail spikes on the way. Which 3 attacks with its tail spikes. Okay.
Oh my god.
All right. 11 plus 5. 16 to hit.
That's a hit.
That would be 7 points of piercing damage.
Yikes.
The next one is a natural 3, so that's a miss. One after that is a 17.
That's a hit.
3, so that's 6 piercing damage.
Yikes. Oh man, I didn't realize they had ranged attacks.
Oh yeah. So now he's gonna go. What's his speed at? Got a decent speed, 50 feet. Okay. 2, 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, and let's call that 80 feet. So your reaction can trigger.
Okay. 16.
16 hits.
All right. 10 damage.
10 piercing damage from the crossbow. You get him kind of right in the back hind quarter. Kind of winces and snarls. And I think they speak common, I believe. He says, more food for me. This is going to be quite the day. All right, Daisy.
I like that accent.
All right.
You like my accente?
So I'm gonna go ahead and bonus action rage.
She's angry.
Daisy gets down. She goes, ah!
She's angry.
And I'm gonna use my full movement and then use my action to dash directly at the Manticore.
It is worth noting he's probably 20 feet off the ground.
I'm still gonna run towards him, but hold on, let me see what my range is for the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know you got those tiny legs.
Yeah, little tiny no feet. They're just like this. My javelin is how far away is he from me? The range is 30. I think he's way further than that, right?
I think you'd be in your disadvantage range, but yeah, you could make the attack if you wanted. From here.
Nah, let's just get closer, because I'd rather get closer to him. Hopefully then he'll target me. And he's 20 feet off the ground, so I have to compensate for, like, the trajectory.
Right. I gotcha. We can zoom in a little bit now.
Completes my turn.
Okay. You don't know what the lady's doing. Landor.
Take me, I guess, like, kind of as much towards Daisy as I can be.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I want to take my action to take a crossbow shot at the Manticore.
Okay.
That is an 11.
11 misses. He kind of just kind of, yeah, little
And
evasion.
for my bonus action, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Marcus.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
And he gains 8 back.
8 health back. That's going to be very helpful.
Thank you. That is very helpful.
Oh wait, actually no, I take that back. That is 9.
He's like, I take it back.
What,
You don't
well,
get anything.
No, my ability modifier is still 5. That doesn't increase. So I'm sorry, it's 8. Sorry.
Okay.
All right, so that's
And
Landor's
because
turn.
that's my bonus action, I don't get to cast Bardic Inspiration on you.
Correct.
That's fine. That's very helpful. So.
All right, Marcus is up.
Oh, man, it's all right. All right. So here's what I'll do. In my one movement, can I get right behind Daisy?
Get behind her.
Yeah.
1, 2, 5, 6.
Okay. Perfect. And I will take a shot with my light crossbow. Well, no, he's not in my range, right? For your halberd.
Oh no, he's 20 feet off the ground too.
Okay. All right. So I'll take a shot with my crossbow. It's just find where that is. Okay. It's going to be an 18 to hit.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
that'll do.
Yeah, so that'll be 5 piercing.
Piercing. Okay.
And I will also enter a defensive stance as my bonus action. And that'll be it.
Okay.
Or wait a second. He spoke to us before. He said more food.
Mm-hmm.
So I will respond and I'll say, more pelts for my wall. You will just only add to the glory of my house name.
There you go. All right, the Manticore is going to dive bomb at Daisy,
Bring it!
thus entering the
My
stance.
range. Cool. Guess what that was?
Is this a natural one?
It was the first natural one.
Yeah, natural one. We'll just call that a miss. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's then gonna also just kind of slide right in here and make an attack, or make 2 claw attacks at Daisy. First one, that's 19.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. 6 plus 3, so that's 9 slashing damage, but you are raging, so that's reduced to 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then, let's see, 10 plus 5, 15? Is that AC's 15, isn't it?
Yep.
And that's 8 slashing damage reduced to 4, so. And he just says, "You can certainly try." And lets out this vicious roar as his kind of just like digs his front paws into the ground, kind of like flexing and, you know, all the things nature things do to show themselves as bigger and meaner and intimidating. So, Daisy, you're up next.
All right, so he's in my range. So
Oh yeah, he's on the ground and
I'm hitting him with my warhammer.
all right.
Yes.
Here we go. I need to. Ooh! Sorry.
All
Give
good.
myself a little more space. It's a 12 to hit.
12 misses.
All right, and then I'm going to use.
You're gonna try and slam him on the ground with the, like on his feet, and he just kind of like a quick little like.
And then for my bonus action, I'm going to use a hand axe to try and slice off one of his toes.
All right.
Is
Vicious.
it 21 to hit?
Yeah, that'll do.
All right.
So now it's just you just add your rage damage, not your strength damage on this one,
Okay.
because it's an offhand attack.
Nice. And you said I add just the rage damage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's going to be points of damage.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, he kind of like picked his foot up, but you kind of anticipated that with the hand axe, just kind of stuck him in the leg, and he just kind of goes, filthy gnome.
I don't like to bathe.
Yes. All right. Zoom in a little bit more here. All right, so that was your action and your bonus action. You can move if you'd like.
I just realized that I was inspired and I could have used that to...
Oh.
All right. Anyways, I gotta remember these things. Also, I have to mark this down. Can I get on the other side of him? So it's like,
You certainly can. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, Marcus. Once Landor's turn is up, have at it.
Here we go.
Thank you, my good man.
Landor.
Move me. Can you move me 2 squares diagonal towards Marcus?
Like that?
Yep.
Okay.
Right there is good. And because of the setup, I'm just gonna take a shot with my crossbow.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
21.
Yeah, that hits.
4.
Forward damage. It just kind of goes right through one of the fleshy parts on his wing.
I get a +3 piercing, so that means it didn't roll so well. And then I'm gonna cast Bardic Inspiration on Marcus.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you both are inspired. Add him to the wall.
Marcus is up.
All right. I'll attack with the just with my halberd.
Okay.
And that's advantage, correct? So
Yes, you're
that's
flanking.
going to be an 18 to hit.
Oh yeah, that'll do.
Cool. And that's 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay. You just swing the halberd around and kind of get him up on the rib cage a little bit. Starting to look like he's got some wounds going, but he's still very much going strong.
And I will use my bonus action actually to attack with the other side.
The old
Oh,
polearm
halberd.
master.
And that'll be a 21 to hit. Yeah, 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
It's a D4. It's gonna be 3. Do I add my strength to that?
You do.
Damage. Okay, all right. Fantastic. So that's gonna be 7 points of bludgeoning.
Yeah, so you slice him, and then as he kind of winces, you just turn and you just flat out smack him in the face with the butt end of your halberd as he was trying to evade. All right. So you can move too if you want.
I'll stay there for now.
Okay. The Manticore.
Can you guys?
Go ahead.
Can you guys hear the background noise?
Very slight.
Okay. All right, cool.
It's not bad. Or
I'm still gonna mute myself, but I just wanted to make sure. Sorry.
Okay, you're fine. The Manticore is going to take the disengage action.
Damn.
And take to the air. Zoom out a bit. Gonna go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. And
Gosh.
he's now just kind of hovering over the fence a bit, maybe 15, 20 feet above the ground. He just kind of snarls. And that's about it. Daisy, you're up.
I have a question.
Yes.
For the 2-weapon fighting,
Mhm.
I have to use my action to attack in order to be able to use my bonus action to also attack, right?
That is correct.
Okay. And how far away is he?
It's about 50 feet, but with aerial stuff, 60 to 70 feet away.
Okay, so I don't think I could get close enough to hit him with a javelin without being at disadvantage. So, okay, I'm going to take the disadvantage. Can I move my 30 feet towards him?
You can move 25 feet. 1, 2,
20
3,
right,
4,
25
5. And yeah, you'd just be at disadvantage for this attack.
Okay, so let's do that because I'm still inspired. So maybe I could use my inspiration to up it.
You miss
I
100%
don't
of the
roll
shots
too-
you don't take.
Yes! I rolled so good! An 18 and a 19! Those definitely hit!
You do. He kind
I
of
don't
turns
even
to
need my
snarl just in time to see a javelin coming right at his face.
Alright, so 1d6. Okay.
Plus strength, plus rage.
Right, okay. So
Minimum damage of 7 for you. Awesome.
that's gonna be 10 points of damage.
10 piercing damage. Yeah, this like jabs, like seriously, like he turns around and snarls just in time to see this thing coming right at his face, and he kind of dive bombs a little bit, but it gets him right in the shoulder as he comes out of the way, and he yelps in pain.
Landor, it's your turn.
Oh no, you still have your bonus if you want it.
Can I still throw another? Can I throw another javelin at him?
You could throw your hand axe
Oh,
because that's in your
Nice.
offhand, and it does specifically say you can throw it.
all right. I guess I'll do the disadvantage again with the hand axe. I have a question.
No
So
questions.
the range says 20. The range says 20 feet, and then in parentheses it says 60.
Yeah.
So
At beyond 60 feet, it's just not an effective attack, so it would fail. But beyond 20 feet, you're at disadvantage. Which
okay, so is he past 60 feet from me?
no, you did move forward, so this would just be a regular disadvantage. You're just in the secondary range of this weapon.
Okay, great. Just asking for clarification. All right.
Yeah, sure.
Disadvantage again. Here we go. Not good. I'm not even gonna bother using my inspiration because there's. Yep. So it just goes whoosh, whoop.
Yeah, just like that. Wheesh, whoop. Wheesh, whoop. Yep. Landor, you are up next.
Based on my history check earlier, would I know if this creature would be immune to being charmed?
You would not know that.
Okay, well, take me 3 squares, like diagonal to the left.
Like that?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast Sleep on him.
Okay.
So he has to make a saving throw of 15 for I think it's.
What kind of?
Let me see.
I don't know if it is a saving throw. I think you just roll how much hit points you affect.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. You're right. Hold on.
This is very
You're
useful,
correct.
even if it doesn't work. Just because I'd like to know.
It just works. Like,
25.
25. Yeah, so he's and you kind of just come up and you just start playing your little lullaby on your lute. And there's almost like it's you can almost swear there was like a tangible musical mist kind of emit from him and just kind of almost like intoxicate the Manticore's face. And he's like and he just falls to the ground. Or you just hear
Oh, that's great.
All right.
So it's-
he's just out for the count right now.
Go ahead. Move me 2 closer, I guess.
Okay. And you're
And
definitely
then-
confident he's asleep.
I'm confident. And I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay.
All right. So it's me now.
Marcus.
I'm going to move to him. I'll use the dash action so I could get to him.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll say it'll kind of be like difficult terrain to go through the thing, or you could go like 1, 2, 3 and be next to him.
I'll just go difficult terrain and go like one under where you had me before. So to the right one, no, or diagonal up one, to the
Like
right.
that?
Yeah,
Okay,
because he's still in my range.
gotcha.
If you're within
And-
5 feet, it's a crit.
Oh, is it only a crit if you're within 5 feet?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, all right, never mind. I'll go right next to him then.
How come? But if his range is closer, why?
It's just specific.
It's-
Beats general is a pretty standard D&D
I see.
rule.
Okay.
Seems
And
a
you
little
also
weak.
have
Silly, but that's
you
fine.
also have advantage.
So is it just an
roll.
automatic crit then, or I have to actually roll to hit him?
And any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the
Okay.
attacker is in 5 feet.
So I
And
still
your
have to
attack
roll to
roll
hit.
is with advantage.
Okay. And I'm using my action surge, by the way, so that I can hit him.
All right.
Just real quick. All right. Okay. So I'll roll to hit. That's.
Do you need to use your inspiration?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my inspiration, but
Wait, don't forget, did you do it with advantage?
I did. I rolled a 1
Oh.
and an 8. Well, those are
Oh.
natural. So the 8 would be a 14, but I'm still going to use my advantage because I'm not sure if that hits. Probably doesn't. Gosh. All right. So that's a 15.
You hit. It's critical.
All right. So would we double damage dice? Is that what it is?
You roll your dice, double that, and then add your strength.
Okay. So just roll 1 die.
Sure. Or you can roll 2.
I like to roll 2.
That's fine.
All right. So that's going to be 10 slashing. I will use my bonus action to do the thing. What is that even called? It's Polearm Master, but I don't know. I'm gonna hit him with the other side of my stick.
Hold on. Does this make him wake up?
Yes. Well,
The spell until the sleeper takes damage, or starting with the creature. Okay, that falls unconscious till the spell ends. The sleeper takes damage, or until someone. So yeah, he takes the shot, and now he's like, he's still kind of on the ground, but he's like scrambling.
Okay.
So it's
So
just a
that's a-
regular attack now.
Yeah. So that's a 22 to hit,
Yeah.
and that'll be another 7 points of bludgeoning.
Okay. How would you like to do this?
Dun, dun, dun.
So I will say, like, he woke up, looked up, and I just took, in one fluid motion, I kind of slashed him with the halberd and then flip it around and just stick the other end of it, like, right in the mouth.
Right in the mouth. Okay. Yeah. Boom. Done.
take that, you winged Creighton.
This one might be a little too ugly to hang on the wall.
Nice.
Yeah,
So at that point, you see, you kind of just look up in the window of the thing, and you just see like a human woman kind of. Is it gone?
it's dead, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, that'll do nicely.
That will bother you no more.
That'll definitely do.
I take it you're Abra.
She says, "Yes, I'll come right down." So she walks outside of opens up the door, and yeah, and then she walks
Ma'am,
over.
we came.
Yeah, she just walks over, and she's just looking at the Manticore. She's just kind of taking it all in.
Ma'am, we actually came from Fandalen just to let you know that there's a white dragon out and about, and this wasn't even the fearsome dragon, but I'm glad we got here in time.
A dragon,
we were
you
gonna
say?
we were gonna try to see if you could come back to town to make sure you stay safe.
I don't know if I feel comfortable with that, but I understand there's danger about.
Definitely seems like there's evil a working now.
I don't know. This is my home.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be permanently. I mean, we're definitely going to try to find and destroy this dragon, and as soon as we do, things should turn back to normal.
So did old Harbin Wester want me to come back? Foolish old man. I don't know. Why don't you come in? We can discuss this over something to drink.
Sure. And may I ask, why did you leave, Tan?
This is just my home. I've been living here since before the town was resettled, and I don't know. I don't feel like I would feel good about leaving it.
Was it better to die in your home or to live in the town?
A fair question to ask anybody. Why don't you come on inside and guys? She leads you inside of the windmill and little table. She looked like she might have had like a short bow off to the side, but it looks like it was not in the greatest condition. Like she was maybe trying to do something but didn't really have the means to defend herself.
Well, we're definitely not trying to force you to do anything now. It's just we wanted to warn you of it, and obviously with seeing this Manticore out there, things seem to be even worse than we realized.
Yes, well. She says, I definitely will be considering your words. She goes, but where are my manners? And she just looks like a little flustered, and she kind of gets up and she moves over to, looks like she had like a mortar and pestle set up on one side, and she's walking over there, and she reaches down into the cabinet, and she takes out a vial with red liquid in it, and just says, this will be able to help you if you get hurt. Potion of healing. This will be at least for the least I could do for saving me. Anything I could do to say thank you right now. I don't know. Are you going back to town now?
Well, we would like to return you to town. I've heard there's also orcs nearby. And also, forgive me, I am Marcus of House Winterburn, third son of William. But we've heard that the roads are dangerous. We haven't come into any trouble aside from this Manticore, but we would like to escort you back to ensure that you're safe. Are there things you needed to do here before we could do that?
It's just my home. I like my setup here. There's herbs in the garden outside, and I'm kind of no use if I go back to the town.
Well, you'll be of no use to anyone if you're dead.
I see you are as blunt as your warhammer. Alright, why don't you guys make a collective persuasion check? We can,
Should I roll at disadvantage?
No, you're all kind of helping each other.
24.
It's a 16 for
That
me.
bard, though. What do you have, a +7?
That +7.
Yeah.
This was a persuasion.
Yeah. You got a 17,
16.
Josh? And you got a 16?
Yeah, I also got a 16.
And 2 6. Yeah.
If you would like, man, we could even help carry some stuff, and if you wanted to maybe pick some herbs to bring temporarily, again, this shouldn't be very long term.
I could help you pot some of the plants to take with you so you can start a garden back in town.
She looks like she's genuinely struggling right now.
We promise we will return you here after it's safe. I think it will be safer here without you than with you here. You're a target as long as you're in this house.
Right.
And especially with there being evil afoot, you could help with if anybody does get injured in town. I mean, it could be useful.
Maybe I could set up a little bit of a sort of infirmary. Right, I guess I'll go. She's looking around, and if, everybody roll an insight check.
21.
13.
Yeah. So you guys get the sense that, like, part of what she does is needed here. Like, the windmill is part of how she, like, grinds her herbs and stuff in there, and she's very reluctant to leave, despite how good of a case you've made. Like, is there a wind? I don't think there's a windmill in town, is there?
Not currently,
Not sure.
there
There's
isn't.
any way to find out.
Don't know.
Is there anything we could do to make you more safe here?
Let me tell you. Good question too. Tell you what. Let me write a letter explaining the situation to Town Master, and if he absolutely insists upon it, I will go. But I won't be able to make any potions of healing if I go back to town. What do you...
Well, okay. I guess we'll take the letter. But why don't you tell us what you would need
Need
to
this
set up
windmill.
the whole thing?
You can see the setup is that's what gets... Like, she uses the wind to grind the herbs. Side note, I also didn't write this adventure.
I'm just trying to save us the back and the forth and the back and the forth. Maybe you could deliver the letter with us, and then if you really decide you can't stay, then we'll bring you back.
That's actually very true. I mean, we could take you to talk to the mayor, and then if for some reason you still don't feel comfortable, we would be more than willing to escort you back.
Yes, with respect, we're not your messengers, and you're making it more dangerous for all of us if we have to make 3 trips instead of just 1.
Then I'll stay. She just writes. She just takes out her paper, and it's like she's writing down her little note.
Oh.
I'm about to just pick her up
Yeah.
and forcibly deliver her to town.
You can see the utter terror on Landor's face as he realizes what his companions are doing.
Well, she's turned. So she's writing. She takes out a quill and ink, and is writing on a piece of parchment.
If you need us to help you grind herbs, we could do that as well. There's more ways to do so than just with a windmill.
I think part of it is that she has to stay here for the quest.
No, I mean I can modify things. I'm just she's very stubborn, so it's she's writing out the paper.
Would Chantal want you to stay here and risk your life just to make an additional potion?
What kind of life would it be if I was just living in some town outside of nature where I'm supposed to be, using its goodness to help people?
Once again, I'll reiterate my point from before. You won't be able to help anyone if you're dead. Is, like, dead not a concern of yours?
Oh dear. Well, I guess I'm going with you then. She looks a little bit like she's got the arched eyebrow. Like, I think most men would define this look as woman eyes. Like when they're in trouble.
Alright, great, let's pack up your stuff, we'll get out of here.
Josh is so frustrated right now. This is brilliant. He's also muted. Okay. Alright, so she starts gathering her things, and then she's like, alright, I'm gonna need this, and this, and this, and this, and she's like pointing to a whole bunch of stuff. And you're getting the sense you're not gonna be able to take all of it in one trip.
Is there like a cart or anything nearby?
Do we notice like either any animals or anything that might be able to
Sure.
make a trip?
Looks like there's a horse that she has out.
Can I look at the windmill and like get a sense for like the mechanics of it?
Sure. Make a tinkerer's check. And it's just
Do I get to add anything?
just intelligence. Are you proficient in any tools?
No.
Actually, aren't no rock gnomes should be, aren't they?
Am I? I don't know. Hold on, let me check.
Also, I meant to ask this before. It might be too late, but one, is this going to be considered a second wind? I mean, is this going to be considered a short rest? And two, can I have used my second wind?
You can use your second wind anytime you want.
Okay.
And not at the very least, not yet on the short rest.
Okay. I'm not going to use it then.
Because I think go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, no, that's.
No, see, I think the goal is for us to get back today, but sorry.
Look.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Izzy.
Okay, so I am proficient in Tinkerer's tool.
So make a proficient intelligence check.
A proficient. A 10.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of get the basic gist of how things work. I mean, you don't have a ton of experience with windmills, but...
All right. So, I'm going to say to her, I'm going to say, listen, I'll see when we get to town if I can hook you up with, like, a little thing. Maybe there's, like, a stream by the town that we could use as, like, a momentum. It's probably more regular than the wind, actually, because it's a stream. So we'll see what we can do. Let's get your stuff packed up. Is there anything you can leave behind then?
There's no there's no stream or water in Phandalin.
When was the last time you were there? How do you know?
Were you not just there?
I was, but I wasn't strolling through the woods there.
I mean, just look on the map. There's no water there. She says, I'll go. And then she's got a lot of stuff to load up.
All right, so I guess we're loading her stuff.
I'm helping load the horse up.
Sure.
Does she have, so we said she has a horse, but does she have like a cart? Or like, even like a leather strap that we could like put two, you know, like where they could put the strap around the horse, and then there's the two things that stick out, and then it's kind of like
You got all the things. You got all the things.
So we're loading that up.
All right.
So we should be able to load everything up then, right? Or there's still stuff left behind?
There's still stuff that everybody's going to have to carry, at least a little something on top of it.
That's fine.